it's Jeff Nerdcho, and today I'm talking about Man of Steel, and I need to figure this out because this movie, I am now divided on this movie. I didn't think I was going to be like crazy about it. I'm not really crazy about it, but I am like sort of like, I do appreciate more about it now than I did back in the day because I was a Christopher Reeve purist, and I still am in some ways. But there is so much to appreciate in Man of Steel, and I guess I could talk about it right here, right now. So, first of all, I love the stinking Jor-El stuff on effing Krypton, because that's effing crazy. I like seeing the different animals that they would be riding. I like the weird politics we're sort of getting hints of from their society that I kind of like. I like that we get to see, not just Jor-El die. Spoilers for Man of Steel, but also like Laura L, or whatever Superman's mom's name is. She sort of has to take her space and sort of sits in his place for the council that condemns Zod, and then Zod is telling her, "I will find him. I will find your son. I will kill him," which I thought was cool. Also, there is something strange about this movie. So one, I do appreciate, I mentioned in my Superman Man of Steel trailer reaction, that the aspect of an adopted child, two parents sort of having the trust in fate that their kid sort of has a better life than what they could have offered them, especially since their effing planet was going to blow up and just he would die. But anyway, what I like about this is you get to see Martha and John Kent try to navigate this, and they don't know what they're doing. All they can do is sort of like try their best. And I also like, we always get that aspect, like the whole point of Superman and the whole idea, the grand idea of Superman is like, the reason he is a good guy is because Martha and Jonathan Kent were such good people that raised him, and that's why he just wants to be a good guy and help people, whatever. And in this, we're getting that, but it's different. We're having to see different like parenting styles. I kind of like that. I like, when Clark as a kid is like, he's hearing too much and is going too crazy, and he's like, the world's too big, Mom. And she's like, make it small. It's literally just like, pretend you're on an island. Like, she's trying to like really help him zen, which I kind of like. And then Jonathan Kent being like, look, the reality is you're an alien and you're not of this world, and you're proof that we're not alone in the universe. And like, he's not really, I kind of like it. I kind of like the idea of like Jonathan Kent is like being real, and also kind of saying what Jor-El was kind of saying in his little messages of like, you're going to be awesome, you're going to be so cool. But he's saying it in a way of like, you got to be careful, because what you're going to be, yeah, it might be cool, but people are going to not like it. And you got to be careful about that. And I like that aspect of it. I do wish we had more motivational speeches from Jonathan Kent, and you do in Batman vs. Superman a little bit, which we'll get to that way later, maybe. But what I also love is like when Clark is like, "Can I just go back to being your son?" And John is like, "You are my son." I like Goosies. I love it, Goosies. What else? One thing I don't love about this movie is this whole codex thing, the whole putting all of Krypton's DNA into Superman. There is a Superman comic book called Superman Birthright, and that's like a big deal, I guess. And they literally made it literal in this movie. They were like, what if Superman was the right of birth? And I was telling Jacob that might be like an anti-abortion thing, maybe? I don't think so necessarily, but I do think they are taking the literal idea of birthright, right of birth. Superman embodies all of that for this movie, and I don't love it. But it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because at the end of the movie, and this is one thing I do like about this whole aspect of it, is Zod. He's like, I was created to protect Krypton. My sole purpose was protect Krypton and its people. Krypton is gone, and I have no people. And so, like, he knows he's done. he also knows that Superman is stronger than him, technically. He's been there longer. He knows how to use his powers more than Zod could ever in that short amount of time. Granted, he was impressively learning very quickly in this fight. But he's just like, look, at the end of the day, this is all I can do, is F you up as much as I can before you kill me. And so he does. And I do appreciate that. And I have no problem with Superman killing people. I have no problem with Superman snapping his neck. That's chill with me. It just depends on how he does it. Like, you can't be a fascist about it. Zod is the fascist, and he's the one trying to kill the people, and Superman had to F him up. So he did. But that's all whatever. What else? My one, and it's a gripe that everybody has about this movie, and I know, I'm not trying to be one of those people, but like, god dang, there's literally a clip, and I don't mind the whole Superman Jesus thing. That's fine. You could do that. I think Zack Snyder, if anybody was going to direct this movie, if Zack Snyder said, it's just something I expect, okay? It's just something I don't unexpect, so I expect it. So whatever. But the part when Jor-El is telling Superman, he's like, go save them, Cal. You can save them. You can save them all. And then immediately, thinking the Krypton effing gravitational, basically jackhammer. It's a giant jackhammer trying to terraform the effing Earth. It's basically effing the Earth, literally effing Metropolis repeatedly. It's like going up and down the gravitational pull and basically using all the debris to continue smashing it. It is 20,000, not 20,000, okay? But look, Metropolis has a lot of tall buildings. Think of New York. Think of 9/11. That was so terrible. And I think that it was absolutely terrible. No jokes, no jokes. I'm not trying to say it's a joke. There's no jokes. But thinking 2 buildings was 9/11, right? Or however many. This was like, literally, like, it's 2911. That is realistic. 2911s getting gravitational boom, 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 F's by the Krypton thing, and that's, like, I'm not even saying that destruction is terrible. I think it would be just fine if you had, Cal or Superman experience, or Clark, whatever, Superman experience the devastation, and then, like, be like, Zod, how could you? But they don't do that. Instead, it's like, Jor-El says, you could save them all. And then immediately they, like, a lot of people die. So it's like, no, you can't save them all. You're literally losing tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people, depending on how devastating this effing thing was. But yeah, that's that. But I do love, and it's something I guess they do play with a lot in a lot of stinking Superman things. But at the very end, when Lois is like, you finally get to see Clark wearing the Clark suit, and he has the glasses, and Lois is like, welcome to the planet. And he's just like, da-da, by Zack Snyder. Da-da. That was cool. One other thing that I hate about this movie, and it is kind of like, and I also think this is a crime of Superman Returns amongst many crimes of Superman Returns. But the lack of chemistry between Clark and Lois in this movie is like devastating, terrible, stake to the heart, sucks. Amy Adams is a great actress. Amy Adams, she can be good. I've seen her be good before. I don't know why I don't think she's good in this movie. I don't know why I don't think she's been good in a couple movies lately. But I think she's good in general. And her and Henry Cavill do not have any chemistry, like, at all. It's literally like 2 wooden boards literally trying to press against each other, and there's no nails, there's no glue, no wood glue. It just sucks. I'm sorry. Henry Cavill as Superman. I actually think this time around, when I was watching Man of Steel, I can see Henry Cavill really trying to embody Superman in all these scenes. But there is literally 45 to 50 minutes of this movie, and Superman, Clark has maybe one line in the first hour of this movie, and that's terrible. We need to know what he's thinking and feeling, and all this jazz. And while Zack Snyder is a great visual director and he does visually communicate some of this stuff, and Henry Cavill is really trying to cram in as much acting faces into these scenes, it's just not enough, and that is a tragedy. I need to know more about Clark. I need to know more about the man behind the S before I can, like, why do I care about this guy having this emotional crisis of, like, should I be Jesus to a preacher in a stinking church, when it's like, I don't know who you are, dude. I wish I knew more about you so I could be like, oh yeah, go be Jesus, dude. But you be Jesus. You be a cool Jesus. Maybe that's blasphemous. Sorry, but that's what this movie does. There's a lot of Christ symmetry in this movie. That's why he goes to the church. Also, like, Clark is a good old boy, which I appreciate. That's just fine, I guess. You know, he is from Kansas. This is very much the, like, there's like some song that plays in this song where he's like shirtless and he's getting clothes off the clothesline like every superhero does all the day. Where are these clotheslines? I haven't seen, like, maybe I guess they're more common in other more urban areas. I don't know. But anyway, I think that's Man of Steel. I think I've said enough about Man of Steel. I think that's what I think about Man of Steel. I always say it's like a 70% good movie. It's like, I like it. I just wish I liked it more. The destruction is devastating. Like, basically, from the part when Jor-El says, you can save them, Cal. You can save them all. And then he floats off with the Christ-like motif, whatever. In that moment, we should have been seeing Superman immediately saving at least 20 people before, or something. Like, we guys, like, I understand take down the effing gravitational thing, yes, but save people also. But instead we just see a bunch of people die horribly in, like, Watchmen-esque devastation. And then Superman and Lois are kissing in the rubble. And it's like, oh, they say it's all downhill after the first kiss. Yeah, it's all downhill because all your friends are dead. Anyway, yes, like, comment, subscribe. That is Man of Steel. I will. Anyway, goodbye. That's Man of Steel.